Barcelona's final stop on their Asian pre-season journey felt like a high note until a sudden twinge of worry rippled through the team. The Blaugrana polished off DQFC with a scoreline that left fans cheering under the floodlights, yet at the edge of celebration lurked concern for one of their own. BDD, the homegrown centre-back whose composed presence and fearless tackles have marked him as a defensive gem, suddenly found himself hobbling in the dying seconds. What began as exhilaration soon turned taut with uncertainty, because every great triumph carries the risk of untold setbacks, a risk Barcelona could hardly afford so close to the Joan Gamper Trophy and the La Liga curtain raiser against Mallorca. The warning signs had flashed earlier in that second half, though few noticed at first. In a slick Barcelona attack, Cubarsi surged forward, chest out, heart pumping, only to recoil mid-stride as a sharp pinch tightened around his left calf. You could almost hear the subtle crackle of tension in the crisp evening air when he tensed, yet he brushed it off, ploughing on through the wave of passes and precise ball circulation that marked the home team's dominance. His face registered a split-second wince, an echo of pain swallowed in pursuit of the next vital interception. But despite the flickering discomfort, he stood firm, determined to see the move through as his teammates looked to him for the same rock-steady calm he'd shown all summer. The question lingering on every observer's mind, could he shake off that first sting, or was it the prelude to something more serious? By the 87th minute, the answer had become painfully clear. Cubarsi planted his foot awkwardly under his own weight and faltered, the blades of grass pressing wet and heavy against his palm as he knelt. The rain-slicked turf seemed to conspire with gravity, drawing him down when he'd least expected it. With a pointed gesture, a lone finger raised toward the bench, he signalled for relief, each breath visible in the cool night air. In that instant, Hansi Flick's hands flew to his head, eyes wide with alarm as he watched the young defender crumple. A hush fell over the stands, broken only by the distant drip-drop of rain and the pounding of concern echoing in every heart. Would this scare sideline him for the battles that lie just beyond the horizon? Medical staff sprinted across the slick grass, rain droplets beading off their jackets as they knelt beside Cubarsi. He peeled off his shin guard and drew down his sock to expose the swollen ridge of his left tibia, pointing emphatically at the source of his agony. The night air tasted of urgency and rain-dampened grass, charged with the electricity of relief when word filtered back that, remarkably, there was no muscle rupture, only a solid blow to the knee. A knee bruise is no small matter, but compared to the spectre of a pulled or torn muscle, it felt like a reprieve. Hector fought, his replacement bounded on to take the stage, while Cubarsi rose gingerly, planting each step with cautious determination. He walked off without a pronounced limp, but every measured stride echoed one unshakable truth. He knew he couldn't go on, and Flick, ever the vigilant strategist, clasped his shoulder in quiet solidarity as they crossed the pitch line. What news would come when rain-sodden bandages gave way to the cold clarity of medical scans? In the dressing room, the chatter turned from victory laps to hopeful speculation. The Joan Gamper Trophy against Como loomed just days away, and the La Liga opener waited like a gladiator's arena, set to test Barcelona's mettle from the first whistle. Cubarsi, who'd shone bright in pre-season drills and friendly clashes, has rapidly become a cornerstone of Flick's defensive blueprint. His anticipation, his aerial duels, his uncanny ability to read danger before it materializes, all threads in a tapestry Flick hopes will hold firm through a grueling campaign. Now, those threads tremble with the unknown. Could a few days of rest and targeted therapy see him bounding back into full training? Or would he be sidelined, replaced in those vital opening fixtures, leaving Barcelona to weather the storm without one of their rising stars? In every corner of the Barça camp, a shared hope flickers alongside the nerves. Medical reports are on their way, carrying news that could banish this scare to a mere footnote, or cast a shadow over the season's bright new chapter. For Cubarsi, the journey from local academy standout to first-team stalwart has been swift and sure. No one wants to see it stall so abruptly. And for Barcelona, every piece of their grand design matters. The talismanic forwards, the midfield maestros, and yes, the young giants in defence like Cubarsi who promised to guard their dream. As the rain eased and the final whistle's echo faded, one thought crystallised in the minds of players and fans alike. The true test isn't the result of a friendly warm-up, but how quickly you rise after a fall and whether that rise can carry you through the battles to come.